What? In post, this better be going back and forth, back and forth. My name is Will Callahan. I am 24 years old, and it is October 7th, 2021. Here we go. I have, oh my God, 1,135. Take that, Beyonce. 1,135. I don't know how much I have now. 1,209. Oh, okay, 1,209. What was I at before? I don't even remember. 1,135. Okay, 70 people. Wow, 70 new people in my life. How exciting. It'd probably be this one. Angsty Angst. Oh, God. Man, Instagram means nothing, all right? It means nothing. Anyway. I think now my most liked photo is probably the picture that I posted of my job announcement at the Met.
You got 297 on that one.
Oh, wow. I'm so popular. It's almost 300. I know, it's crazy. God, like, so much work has been done. And not only with, like, what you guys have been able to do, but just, like, the collaboration. Like, I was thinking about it last night, like, how all of us kind of really leaned on each other, like, in terms of creating this content and, like, just diving in and trying these new mediums. This whole new idea of, like, what theater and film could be. And it was hard, it was challenging, but my God, it was so thrilling and exciting and therapeutic. And I feel like since then I've learned so much, like just working with you guys with everything that we've done this year. What it means to me is that it is a group of collaborative people, artists just coming together to help create stories and support one another. And yeah, I mean, especially in this past year, I feel like that has been amplified even more than in previous years, I think. I think of a space for young artists to collaborate with each other, to bounce ideas off of each other, and to support each other's work. Yeah, I mean, right on the nail. Way to go, 2020, Will. Killing it. Well, the first one that comes to mind is obviously the South Park movie. That was really fun. But something that really sticks out to me with Blackwolves was your guys' production of DNA that I know unfortunately didn't get to go on. But it did go on. It was really just amplified how independent and how willing you guys are to try new ideas. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I stand by that. I mean, just in the past year of like everything that we've been able to do, you don't go into a lot of creative spaces where people are as willing to jump and bounce ideas off of each other and to try new things. Yeah, I would say just working on that whole entire the Zoom productions with you guys and your guys' help and everything that you did to amplify the project even more. When I joined the Broadway National Tour of Pippin, out of nowhere we had a complete, we had to have an understudy night, and there were about 3 understudies on stage. And it was this energy that I can't really explain, but it was something like, it was the first time ever in my career that I felt like every single person on stage was fully connected with each other. And it was like this energy that I truly don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, I would stick with that. I mean, there's nothing more rewarding than being in a room with people that are just as on it and willing to tell that story with you. That night really does still sticks out to me as like an incredible moment of my career, an incredible moment of just being an actor. You know, it's like sometimes it can be hard to be fully in what you're doing. You know, life happens. You know, you have things that you're worrying about. You have bills to pay. You have life. You have family. But then you get on stage and you can kind of let that be and tell that story. Yeah, that one night in particular really absolutely still stands out to me. The most important thing to me right now is my connections with my friends, my loved ones, myself too, and loving myself, staying grounded, staying with my loved ones, and continuing that being artistic in so many other different fields, I guess.
Let's see what you said last week.
Oh God, it's probably like The Sopranos or something. My bike.
Don't know what I'm doing.
Yes. That damn, ain't that the truth? God, man, I miss biking. That was like the thing at the top of the pandemic. I was going everywhere, and now I live in Washington Heights and those hills.
I can't do. I cannot do those hills.
You know, that is such a hard question.
It is.
I don't know if I could
Past
just pick one, because I'm still kind of struggling with the fact that Toy Story 4 might be the greatest movie ever
still
made.
struggling with
But
this.
if I had to pick one, like, perfect movie, in my opinion, I would pick City Lights by Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still struggling with the fact that I think Toy Story 4 is one of the greatest movies. I've got into heated arguments and debates with people about this very subject, about how Toy Story 4 should not have been made, or that they should have ended at 3. If you're one of those people, I can't tell you how wrong you are. You just don't understand the beauty and the full circle character development that is done in that movie. And I'm sorry for you. I think Lucy. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that. I love the concept of it. Because you know what was really cool about it? Was like, because Jacob used to do stuff like this all the time, like splitting screens and stuff. But it was really cool to like, just see how far it had come, honestly. Like, it was really like, it was so cool. And love that album. Blue, always. I think it's always blue. I will put $100 that that's what I say in this video.
Blue.
Yeah.
Blue has always been my favorite color. I went through like a bit of like a rebellious, angsty teen phase where I was like, no, I like red. But
I remember that.
It's always been blue.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Man, what is past will? God, this is weird. Anyway. Always, yeah. I know for myself specifically, I tend to be a perfectionist in what I specifically am capable of and like what I can do. I guess just like holding it to that standard. But yeah, no, I feel pressure all the time. Nothing's changed.
Always.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, I feel like I need that stress and that pressure to like make sure I'm making something good.
No, I disagree with you, Past Will. And this is why. You don't need that pressure. You really don't. It's you know, in everything that we've like learned in these past like 2 years, it's less about the product and more about, I think, the journey getting there and the process to it. So yeah, I would absolutely stick by it.
Oh my God. You know when it's raining out and you're walking down the sidewalk and you have your umbrella and then someone else is walking toward you and with their umbrella as well, and you lift up your umbrella so they can like go under yours, but then they lift it up even higher and you're just like in this competition of like who's more polite. Drives me crazy.
Yes, I hate it. It drives me insane. I've already put it up. It's up. You don't need to put it back up. But now if I had to add another thing, popping gum. Kind of drives me a little crazy. Oh, that, and also anyone who is rude to waitstaff. Biggest pet peeve. I hate that shit.
If I knew there was going to be a pandemic, I would say travel and invest a lot of money in Zoom.
Fuck, I stand by that. Especially at that point a year ago. Oh man. The advice that I would give to that past Will of 2020 is just breathe into everything that is going to happen and know that it is going to work out.
It would have to be LeBron James when I was on SNL as a kid. I was just an extra, like, in this scene that I was doing with LeBron James, Kenan Thompson, Maya Rudolph, Fred Armisen, and Bill Hader. Unfortunately, the scene that I was in got cut. And then the next week I came, it was something kind of similar. It wasn't a basketball game, but it was a baseball game. And Andy Samberg was this guy who, like, did a dance every time this team got a home run, and they just kept getting home runs, so he kept getting up. I remember Kanye West performed when I was there with LeBron, the first week I was there with LeBron James, and I remember we like walked through the hallway and we're all like, Kanye. It was cool.
Yeah. I mean, that was cool. We need to like talk to our connects. I was so heartbroken as a kid when that like, oh my God. I remember I told all my friends, I told everyone I was in school with, I told everyone in my family, and it got cut. I was so heartbroken. But they have a vault of like the entire like of all of their dress rehearsals and stuff. And I need to talk to someone. NBC, if you're watching right now, I I need to talk to someone to get into those vaults because I would love to get my hands on that footage, if even possible.
See, that's another hard question because I feel like with actors, like we have like a list of like our favorite movies or favorite shows or our favorite actors. Names like come to mind like Bryan Cranston, Danny Rad, Will Smith, Tom Hanks. But if I'm talking about someone that I want to like collaborate with, it would be Alex Timbers, hands down. He's one of my favorite directors on Broadway.
Yeah. And he just won his first Tony, too, which is really cool. Yeah, I stand by that, absolutely. I also want to add John Baptiste to that list as well, because, man, oh man, I have the biggest crush on him. John Baptiste.
Duke Ellington and the Beach Boys. So I'm listening to a lot of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and also Pollock. I've been looking at a lot of Jackson Pollock paintings lately, just out of like pure curiosity. After the summer, like working on some of the shows, like we did a Pollock painting. But yeah, since then I've just been searching up like all his stuff, and I really, really appreciate a lot of his things. It is always important for any situation that you are in to always look at every perspective and to try to put yourself in others' shoes and to be patient. And the power that comes with just purely listening instead of reacting. I don't feel like I'm really in any position to be like giving any advice, honestly. Like, it's like we're all trying to figure out whatever this new idea of this industry is and like trying to make it work for everyone that is involved. I think the advice I would give to other people in the field is trust the process over the product.
See, I don't know if I'm really in any position to be giving others advice, but the greatest advice that I was given when I was a teenager was that as actors, every single one of us has sat in a theater once and we were so profoundly moved by what we saw when we were watching that we all had the same thought. I want to make someone else feel like that. And like to never lose that, to always bring that in like every single thing that you do, to like think that there might be one person who watches this or one person out in that audience that you can have the same effect on that you had on yourself when you first saw theater.
Yeah, I stand by that too, because every time I've I'm teaching or like directing and stuff, I always end with that, like at the end of the process. There's nothing else like it, and to know that power that we hold when we are on stage, that we can change lives, we can change the way people think, is something that shouldn't be thrown away. Also, you cannot digitize this experience too, you know? It's impossible. Still so much. Oh my gosh, but so much has been happening, which has been good. But yeah, there's still a lot to be done. Since the year that we've had, and the year and a half that we've had, now that things are starting to open back up, a lot of these producers and creatives are trying to go back to the setup that we had pre-pandemic and just trying to force that in while also just like throwing on social media Black Lives Matter, just to show how, you know, quote unquote woke they are, and to, you know, have that performative outlook to make it seem like that they've done the actual work that needs to be done in order to have a safe reopening for everyone that is involved in this industry. And that has been clear with everything that has been opening up. But that's not to say that the companies haven't been making huge changes, and they have been, but there always is still major work to be done. And overall, biggest thing in the casting room, we need to have more people of diversity and not all white people behind the table.
A lot. One thing is just diversity in the business, like altogether.
Yes.
I mean, not only just actors and their representation, but also directors and writers and producers, and to not just have one, you know, room that's filled with white people and they love to claim how, you know, woke and diverse they are, but in reality it just isn't diversity at all. It's just so they don't get called racist.
Gosh, the last thing a white person, a liberal white person in 2021 wants to be called as racist. That is the last thing. Even if you do point out anything of something that can be racist, God, we're so fragile.
Probably Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, except I don't use Facebook anymore. I cut that out of my life. Honestly, since this, I've been trying to really divert from social media and its claws that it has on the society. For the archives here, just a couple days ago, Instagram went down for 6 hours and it caused the world to explode. 6 hours. Think about that. How we can't go through our lives without constantly scrolling. It's a scary thing, but I think hopefully more people are waking up to the absurdity that it all is. The biggest thing I'm struggling with right now is finding my place in this industry now, because so much has changed and I've changed so much since like this shutdown of like what I have an idea of what I want to be. Before this, I was really so tied into the look of it all and so much of like what I had to look like in order to go into these rooms, or what I had to offer, or what other people were doing that were, the thing at the time, or was the biggest thing, instead of just offering myself and offering just like what I can do artistically. Before, I would just consider myself a musical theater actor. That was my thing. That's what I did. But now I consider myself, I'm an artist. There's so many other aspects of my artistry that go into so many different levels, whether that be in theater, whether that be with painting, whether that be with film. It's like still like trying to find those avenues to continue to be artistically fulfilled.
Anxiety and depression.
Well, I mean, yeah, that too.
Mental health struggle is real. This pandemic has like definitely put my brain through like a cheese grater. But yeah, that's definitely, I think, the biggest struggle, and I think like all of our struggles right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Depression and anxiety is a real thing, but I mean, since that video until now, I could absolutely say mentally I am in just emotionally in such a much more clear, better, healthier space, which I'm grateful for, and I'm sure that will change in the next 5 years. Oh, I think
right
I know.
now, I think I would go buy something, either in a cabin in the woods or a nice little bungalow by the beach, and then give some money to some theaters that are struggling, and then the rest would be going to Beam. Beam is the Black Emotional Mental Health Collective, and it's for training, movement building, and grant marketing, and the organization is dedicated to healing, to wellness, to liberation of the Black and marginalized communities.
Yeah. I mean, I would still very much like to do all those things. I guess maybe now, if I did have a blank check, give more money to friends. By no means do I necessarily want to be rich, but if I ever did get to any position of like money, I would just give out, spread it. What do they say in Hello Dolly? It's like manure. It's got to spread. Hello 2022, Will. It is nice to see you. I hope you still have these glasses. I hope you're doing well. Man, there's a lot that's going to be happening this year. You're going to be moving back to Astoria. Who knows where you're going to be a year from now? But in a year from now, I hope that you are still continuing to choose happiness. I hope you're still continuing to choose artistry over anything else. And most importantly, keeping your inner circle supporting you. And I'll see you in 2023. My name is Will Callahan. I have an Instagram. You should check it out. It's Will_Callahan. That's pretty much it. I really don't have anything else to plug right now, but as always, please go follow, subscribe to all things Blackwolves. This is just the year 2 of these interviews, but my goodness, what is to come is incredibly exciting.